Hey, TMZ was right. I'm in Alaska and I got these oysters and I've been chucking them into the ocean. Reminds me of a story I heard a while back of an old man who was sitting on a beach. The old man was enjoying himself and he sees this kid, no older than I am, chucking seagulls into an air fryer. And he says, "Kid, why are you doing that?" Kid doesn't answer. He chucks another one, being a seagull, into the air fryer. And the old man tries again. He says, "Kid, there's far too many seagulls. There's not enough air fryers. You'll never get them all. You'll never really make a difference." The boy looked at a nice round seagull that he had in his hand. And he said, "It made a difference to that one."
I got some troubles, but they won't last. I'm gonna lay right down here in the grass, and pretty soon all my troubles will pass. 'Cause I'm in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town. I never had a dog that liked me some. Never had a friend or wanted one. So I just lay back and laugh at the sun. 'Cause I'm in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, Sugar Town.
This summer, I worked for 6 weeks at a factory in Valdez, Alaska. I also spent 2 weeks slacking off in Sitka, Alaska. The vlog footage where I'm vibing is from Sitka. The vlog footage where I'm suffering is from Valdez. The name of my company is Silver Bay Seafood. We're based in Alaska, red-pilled in Alaska, and we process the 4 proletariat species of salmon: coho, chum, pink, and sockeye, and in our California factory, squid for some reason. My work days are 16 hours long. Is this illegal? Yes. For non-seasonal work and or in the lower 49 states, yes, it is illegal. I'm like Dolly Parton, except I'm working 6 to 10:30. In order to get from Sitka to Valdez, which, like getting from Sitka to anywhere, is a process similar to being exiled from the Garden of Eden, I took a little 6-person plane. At the airport, there was a blind and deaf dog that I made friends with. The entire flight, I was wearing mandatory airplane headphones, and I could faintly hear Freddie Mercury's solo stuff and the Ben Shapiro podcast cutting in and out, like the drawl of arguing ghosts.
The buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees, the soda water fountain, where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings in that big rock candy mountain. In the big rock candy mountain, the cops have wooden legs, the bulldogs all have rubber teeth, and the hens lay soft-boiled eggs. The farmers' trees are full of fruit, the barns are full of hay. I want to go where there ain't no snow, where the sleet don't fall and the wind don't blow. In that big rock candy mountain, oh, the buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees, the soda water fountain, where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings in that big rock candy mountain. Oh, 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 oh. The buzzing of the bees and the cigarette trees, the soda water fountain, where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings in that big rock candy mountain.
Here's the routine. I wake up at 5:30 next to my 4 roommates. I sit in bed in pain for 10 minutes. I spend 15 minutes brushing my teeth, washing my face, and getting dressed, and then I have about 5 minutes to eat breakfast. I put ice cubes in my coffee to avoid cooking my trachea like a Nathan's hot dog, and then I punch in at 6. Caffeine stays in your system for 8 hours, so if you have coffee before work and have coffee at lunch, that's 1 full workday. Put on a hairnet, earplugs, apron, gloves, and walk to Case Up, which is my area of the factory. We package stuff. Call us Ted Kaczynski because the shit we package is the bomb. Why did I write that? If we're doing bagfish, you'll probably find me taping bags shut when the stitching machine breaks, throwing myself onto the conveyor belt when it's moving too fast because the off switch is not on the side that the workers are, which is fine, I guess, or manning the iPad. Here's a factory fact, or a fact as I like to call it. iPads haven't been used for fun since 2010. Everyone I see using an iPad these days is either a white-collar dude on Microsoft Excel or a student prescribed one for note-taking, but sure, data weight is basically getting paid for playing Angry Birds, Sufjan, you member. Hey, cats. Huh? Cat police. Kind of hoping for more gunshots. There we go. Biggest letdown of the summer, they killed the bear. It's a shoelace knot, but in the context of it, it's total samurai shit. I wear these boots to work, and those aren't mine. What a fucking combing through fish organs. And it smelled like fine. Like, yeah, I'm Republican now. I had my nails done for the first time a few days before I came up here, but obviously I had that removed. I saw a man grab a seagull by the foot because it flew too close to him. He was just as surprised as the seagull. I saw a man carrying a 4-foot eel like a necktie. I saw king salmon the size of suitcases in wheelbarrows. I saw 6 starfish on a table like matching coasters. My Serbian friend Bogdan preserved one in salt to take home to his daughter. Bogdan is a chemical engineer for a pharmaceutical company and an anti-vaxxer. He has seen Breaking Bad, and he does not remember the character Bogdan. I couldn't leave the factory grounds because of COVID, which means that I didn't leave a quarter-mile radius for 6 weeks. Very similar to being in jail. You know what? I went into town once when we had a tsunami evacuation.
I used to work for people. I made a couple $100, wasn't worth it even. I'm worth 100,000, not dollars but diamonds. I am mud out the bayou, rip a page out the Bible, come and crucify me. I'm a long way from home and this ain't Yellowstone. I trade a white for catfish and yellow bones. This from the catacombs, this for the broken homes. From the south side of cities where my granny home. I move to California, I bring a Grammy home. I call the bill collectors, leave my fucking family alone.
The tsunami never came, but I had a pretty solid plan for if I thought it was going to. First, I was going to upload a video of it to YouTube called Oscar Dies in the Salami, and then I was going to call my parents and shit. Recording now and I'll crop it.
Okay.
So, is like all the possible scenery that there
Yeah.
could be in the back? Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friends the other day, and we were all talking about the kind of music that we like. It started out a conversation about genres in general, and you know, the classic, oh, I like all genres. Oh, you know, even country music, yeah, that kind of stuff. And then we started talking about specific bands. And, you know, I heard a lot of good bands from my friends. They like, you know, some of them are really into classic rock. A lot of them are really into really experimental hip hop. They said, Oscar, what bands do you like? I said, I have a band that I really like that I've really been listening to a lot these days. Do you know the Mole People? And they say, no, I don't know the Mole People. I asked everyone in the room, I said, do you know the Mole People? I called some of their parents up. And then I said, well, now that I think of it, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense that none of you know the Mole People. They are pretty underground.
I don't feel pain anymore. Guess what, baby? I feel free. Nothing hurts me anymore. Guess what, baby? I feel free. I'm so complete anymore. Guess what, baby? I feel free. And you know damn well, he lit me up every time that I fail. It set me free. You should quit your job to this. Hold up, let them politic. Ooh, one day they hate you, next day they love you. I'm still young and fuck, I can never trust me. I feel free. I feel free. I feel free.
The forklift operator who threatened to beat the shit out of the guy who threw a beanbag at him, he seems like he has a really strong sense of justice. The merits of living in an RV versus living in a trailer, and just buying a lot of land, but not the property on the land. I didn't catch all of it. I can relate to, but I'm not assertive. So we think similarly sometimes, but only when I probably haven't gotten enough sleep. The world has a lot of people who really lay into you for doing like nothing. But the world doesn't have a lot of people who really lay into you for doing some, like for actually making it worse for everyone else. That seems to get let go of a lot, and then when you do nothing, that seems to go heavily punished a lot. Hey Cole, how much do you say this sells for?
I don't know, I've never sold it.
You think this is expensive though?
Yeah, for sure.
Like real expensive?
Probably. Yeah.
Like an arm and a leg?
Arm and a leg, dude.
So I'm going back next year. The first reason is that it pays well. The second is so I can brag about it to other people. And the third is so I can brag about it to myself. I'm trying to think of more stuff to say to add filling between the montages because I made the montages first. Oh, one time. Yo, what's up? I just finished my second day of work here at Silver Bay Fish Processing Plant, and I am having a crazy time. It's currently 10 o'clock and it stays this light until past midnight. How far past midnight, I don't know. I've never stayed up that late. But despite being, this is Valdez, Alaska right now. Despite being in Alaska, I keep the window open at night because it's like a nice crisp. I describe it as maybe like a spring temperature. This is my view. It's a boat, mountains, and a lot of seagulls. This whole place, Valdez, is surrounded by mountains like a big wall. Today, I rummaged through fish guts to get the egg sacs, and I made a lot of boxes and I moved a lot of boxes. And it's not too heavy lifting, but it's like heavy enough that it'll, break your fingers if you drop it on them. I walked into a freezer briefly and this was intentional. I was getting a tour and I walked into a freezer where some people actually work for I don't know how long, but the second that you walk into the freezer, frost forms on your eyelashes. They got a lot of sections in the factory. They got a spot where a dude impales every single fish on a pole and then slices them open. They got people deboning the fillets and just a pile of fish bones on the ground.
Take what you want. Take everything. Take what you want. Take what you want. Better that I change my number so you can explain. Balance in the night. Balance in the night. Priors, do you have any priors? Well, that one time, I'll be honest, we all liars. Let it go, I'll be honest, we all liars. I'll be honest, we all liars. I'm pulled over and I got priors. Guess we going down. Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Gotta go post my bill tonight. Don't you curse at me on text. Why you try to